Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes. Let's continue the chapter as you have already learned in last class about the weather, climate, and different factors influence the climate. Today we discuss the factor that influence the climate. The first factor is distance from the equator. The sun has the greatest influence on the climate of a place. It heats the land and sea and the air. The rays of the sun fall vertically on the equator. They cover a smaller area. Thus, the equatorial areas get more of the sun heat and have a hot climate. As we move toward the poles, the rays of the sun strike the earth slantingly. They have to travel further through the earth's atmosphere. They also cover a much large area, thus the temperature at those places remain low. Now look at this, students. The earth gets heated by the rays of the sun falling on it. Look at the rays of the sun falling on different parts of the earth. Near the equator, the rays falls vertically, but near the poles, the rays are slanting. The rays falls are slanting. Okay. Different parts of the earth receive different amount of heat from the sun. Depending on the amount of heat received, there are three climatic or heat zones on the earth. They are the torrid zone, the temperate zone, and the frigid zone. The area on both sides of equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is called torrid zone. The word torrid means extremely hot. As it lies near the equator, this zone receives maximum heat. It is hot throughout the year. The frigid zone. The frigid zone are the area between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and between the Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. They receive very little heat from the sun. They are very cold and large part of they are covered with snow throughout the year. They are called frigid zones. The temperate zone. The area that lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere is called the temperate zones. This region has mild climate, neither very hot nor very cold. So student, on the basis of temperature, the earth has been divided into these three zones. Okay. Now our next topic is height above the sea level. Height above the sea level is called the altitude of a place. The higher we go, the cooler it is. In other words, places at higher altitudes are cooler than places at lower altitudes. The following example will prove this point. The peak of high mountain remain covered with snow, but the same snow melts into water when it slides down the mountains and reach low altitudes. Simla and Firozapur have almost the same latitude. Their distance from the equator is almost the same. At Simla is much cooler because it is at higher altitude. Bangalore and Chennai are most equal in distance from the equator, but Bangalore is much cooler than Chennai. It is because Bangalore is about 3100 feet above sea level, while Chennai is almost at the sea level. Now, student, look at this. Height above the sea level. The peak of high mountain are covered with snow throughout the year. Thus, the higher a place is from sea level, the cooler is its climate. That's all for today. Thank you.